Le who? The her.
Yes! Yes! Oh, yeah! Can you feel that, buddy? Huh? Huh? Huh?
What's up, Raiders? It's Adam from RaidersOfLostFlix.com. What a crazy weekend it has been. Box office. Sonic races into record books with 68 million debut, coming from our good and dear friend Scott Mendelson, who hates people like me. But hey, even Scott Mendelson can't deny the writing on the wall. Here's another article from Forbes. How in the world is Sonic the Hedgehog movie actually good? He gives it a good review. I am kind of surprised with that. Well, that movie had a lot of heart to it. It was a lot of fun. It didn't have a lot. It had diversity, but it wasn't like forced diversity. Like everything flowed naturally. You know, it wasn't like it's a kids movie. It wasn't shoving politics down my throat. I enjoyed it. Sonic the Hedgehog from Deadline. Sonic the Hedgehog rings up record domestic video game pick debut of 57 million in 4 days, 68 million global launch at 100 million. Wow. Sonic the Hedgehog first reviews. Jim Carrey steals the show in a solid family adventure. This is from Rotten Tomatoes. I would have thought they'd try to bury this movie by now. Here's from IndieWire. Sonic the Hedgehog joins top video game movies as Birds of Prey loses box office altitude. You know, this is one of those things. This is reminding me of the war between Alita Battle Angel and Captain Marvel of last year. It's people take sides and make a movie represent a part of the culture, you know, and that's kind of what's going on, even though I can't really associate Sonic with any type of culture war or anything because there's really nothing political about it. People are just happy that it's not a movie that's trying to preach to you know, whereas Birds of Prey is a movie that likes to prep up its female cast by belittling men through the entire movie and talking about what a bunch of shitheads. That's kind of not really something that makes for box office success. People don't like really being told that, you know, they're shitty people, you know. In fact, they're tired of it. They're very, very exhausted of that argument over.
Nobody trusts anybody now. We're all very tired.
And over and over again. Another thing that this represents for a lot of people is fandoms. How many franchises have we seen destroyed because a studio or a director or a group of producers come in and they want to change the algorithm or change the design to appeal to a certain demographic or group of people, or put a casting choice in there that doesn't fit because they feel like that choice will maximize their growth potential, will get more butts in seats. And then in doing that, they abandon the original audience, and then they blame the original audience, like the original fans, for the movie's failure. Like, well, we made a movie with the name on it. You're supposed to come watch it.
Oh, what the fuck ever?
But it doesn't look anything like what we wanted. Tough shit. This is the movie. Come see it. What, that doesn't work? Really?
Don't say!
Here's another one. Sonic the Hedgehog rewards Paramount's handling of audience complaints with a 57 million opening weekend. That's pretty good. I mean, it's February. It's Valentine's Day. You know, people went to the movies this weekend, and they went and they saw Sonic the Hedgehog, and they didn't see Birds of Prey. And Birds of Prey fans are losing their minds over this. Sorry, Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey fans actually took to Twitter and tried to spearhead some kind of a campaign saying that they took their kids to go see Birds of Prey because Sonic the Hedgehog had racial and homophobic slurs.
Alrighty then.
Which is 150% a fabrication. There is none of that in the movie at all. That is reflected in my review, and that will be linked at the end of this video. Sonic crushes Birds of Prey at the box office. Sonic the Hedgehog races to 43 million overseas for 100 million global bow. Birds of Prey flaps to 143 million with international box office. This here, you know, and of course, Twitter blaming men for Birds of Prey. Twitter blaming men for Birds of Prey flop. Wow, words are hard today. Okay. 60% of the audience was male in the statistics. So women didn't support the movie that the movie was made for. They didn't show up. Bleeding cool news. Weekend box office, Sonic zooms to #1, Birds of Prey sinks even more. After changing the name of the title, but not the posters, I did take a photograph when I was at Sonic the Hedgehog, and the original posters, which the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn.
Jesus Christ!
Without a tree.
What? God! What? I'm burning up!
Was still on the poster, but the on the ticket, you know, view the box office information, it says Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. But you know, I just representation is one thing, but when you choose a movie to represent your side of the culture war and you're drawing lines in the sands, it's like my movie can beat up your movie. Seems really silly to me, but it is kind of important for not so much the culture war. Maybe it is. Maybe you know, if you buy into that sort of culture, that's fine. I think it's a little bit much for my personal taste, but what I think it represents is fandoms. We argue all the time about, you know, not treating the properties that we like, the things that we supported, with any kind of respect, with even a modicum of respect. Take, for example, Star Wars. You know, I mean, how bad has that franchise been butchered? Or even worse than that, Doctor Who. I mean, Doctor Who is objectively terrible. I mean, it is just ham-fisted politics, and the worst part about that is they make the taxpayers pay for it. They don't even pay for that shit. The taxpayers pay for it, and they're shoved these terrible politics. Like, it's sad, you know, it really is. But Sonic the Hedgehog released a trailer, the internet killed it. I mean, just the internet broke the day that trailer came out. They're like, and the director's like, okay. And this was his debut, by the way. This director's first time out. Says, you're right, we're gonna fix this. They went back, spent some more money, changed Sonic the Hedgehog to look like he does in the video games, and look, he's been rewarded for his success. And honestly, my review reflected this. It is genuinely a good movie. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Sonic fan, because I didn't really have a lot of expectations going in. But, you know, it's going to be a long week of finger pointing and people calling us, you know, they're probably going to call this movie an alt-right thing now or some bullshit like that. I can't wait for it. You know, it's going to be fun just to watch these people losing their minds, because the movie that they decided to protect is no longer, you know, 2 weekends in a row gone downhill. Not making it at all. Got beat out by a cartoon movie. Of course it got beat out. The cartoon's PG. You can take your kids to go see that. Kids can walk into it and see it. They can't go see Birds of Prey unless you take them to, and really you shouldn't, because you shouldn't be subjecting your 10-year-olds to a crappy movie like that, because it's not very good. It's not very entertaining. It's actually pretty weak material at best. But Sonic is fun. If they make more of them, I'll go see another one. I absolutely will. Makes me happy to see this happening. We're going to be talking about this more tonight. I'm recording this on Sunday, but by the time you see it, it'll be tonight. So recording this tonight on Etep Coolion's, the place to be at reviews. We'll be discussing this and some other things that happened over the weekend, so make sure you go to that show. The link is in the description. It's also an affiliate of my channel, so check that out. Also, want to thank all the people that joined us for our Raiders of the Lost Flicks Live. We did a lesbian vampire kind of review type of thing. Wasn't one of our favorite shows because most of those movies kind of suck. So we're changing our format up. I put a poll up recently that said, you know, would you like us to review one movie? You watch the movie with us live, and then we immediately review it right after the show. Overwhelming amount of people said yes, please do that. So we are doing that this weekend. I'm not going to reveal the title just yet because I want it to be kind of a surprise, but I do want to recommend that you download Tubi. It's a free app. This is not a sponsored video, by the way. I'm just saying download Tubi, because the movies that we'll be watching will either be on YouTube or Tubi, because we don't expect our viewers to pay for anything. We want you to watch it with us without having to pay a single dime, because that, you know, that would be crazy stuff for us to do. So anyways, make sure you check out both of those shows, and make sure you check us out live tonight on Pete's channel. Can't wait to talk about this some more. Tomorrow afternoon, early, I need to go see Fantasy Island. Sorry, Blumhouse's Fantasy Island. So that I can review it, because people requested that I do a review for that movie. So that one kind of snuck out. There wasn't a Thursday night showing, so I'll have to go see it tomorrow, or today, since you're watching this video today. Gee, thanks a lot, guys. How sad is your life when you have to attack a kid's movie because your movie's not being watched? I mean, really, talk about new levels of low. It does not help your cause one single bit. This is the Groovinator, aka Adam, signing out. You guys have yourselves a groovy day.